welcome back to our chapter book time. Here we're reading Rosie Revere, and now we're on chapter 4, and it's Brittany here. Enjoy. Chapter 4. The cheese copter flew past the school and Iggy Peck Bridge to the edge of town. Aunt Rose pointed at an old white house with a wide porch. "That's where we're going," she said. They landed with a thump and climbed out of the cheese copter. The house needed a new coat of paint, and the yard was wild compared to Mrs. Lou's. "We're here," said Aunt Rose. What do we have? A picture of a rivet. Here's the head of the rivet, and here's the tail. "Where is here?" asked Rosie. "I have a better question. Who is here?" asked Aunt Rose. Just then the screen door flew open and a tall woman stepped onto the porch. She wore a red and white polka dot headscarf. It was just like the one that Aunt Rose had given Rosie. "About time you got here," said the woman. "Boss is getting antsy." "What else is new?" asked Aunt Rose. They went into the house. The living room was faded but cozy. A set of old photos rested on the pump organ in one corner. They were black and white pictures of women working on enormous airplanes. A familiar face caught Rosie's eyes. It was her Aunt Rose, and she was young. "Those are the Blue River Riveters," said Aunt Rose. "The smartest, sassiest, toughest bunch of airplane builders you ever saw. And the best dancers," said the tall woman. "And musicians," yelled a woman's voice from the kitchen. "Stop yakking and get that girl in here," shouted another voice. Aunt Rose nudged Rosie towards the kitchen. "Don't keep us waiting," she said. They stepped into a large kitchen where 5 elderly women with coffee mugs sat around a well-worn wooden table. As Rosie stepped into the room, they all cheered, "Rosie!" Suddenly, Rosie felt embarrassed and overwhelmed. Her cheeks got hot and she ducked behind Aunt Rose. Rosie didn't like being the center of attention. "It's okay, kiddo," said Aunt Rose. "They don't bite, except for Letty. But she's just trying out her new false teeth." Aunt Rose slapped her knee and laughed out loud. "Ha! That's a good one." "Okay, here's her friends." Aunt Rose laughed till she wheezed and her eyes filled with tears. Rosie relaxed and smiled. The joke was not very funny, but Aunt Rose's laughter was contagious. Soon all the women were laughing. Like Aunt Rose, they were loud and full of joy. They were raucous, and Rosie Revere decided that she liked them very much. The woman in the wheelchair cleared her throat, and the others immediately got quiet. Every eye turned toward Rosie, and a twisty feeling creeped into her stomach. Well," asked the woman, "what are you going to do?" Rosie looked around nervously. "About what?" she asked. "What are you going to do about the emergency?" asked the woman. "After all, that's why you're here." And that concludes chapter 4, friends. Stay tuned for our next chapter of Rosie Revere.